That's not part of the show. All right, 1, 2, 3. Everybody stand up. All right. Repeat after me. Say, hey, Russell and Todd. We're ready for you to show us what's new with ClickFunnels. Ladies and gentlemen, Russell Brunson and Todd Dickerson.
Who here wants to see some new features?
Yeah.
New stuff?
First off, though, Chelsea and Colton, where you guys at? Congratulations! Is that awesome?
So awesome.
That is the coolest thing ever. And was James just the most amazing voice you've ever heard in your life?
Yeah.
So cool.
We need to add that to our stats, like one engagement now. Funnel Hacking Live stats.
That'd be awesome. All right. So a really cool presentation to share with you guys today. But before we do, we've got one other person we want to introduce you guys to who, if you were here last year, you know him. If not, he's been silently killing himself behind the scenes for the last year, serving you guys and creating amazing things. He's someone who, when we first launched ClickFunnels, it was basically Todd coding, and then we had Dylan coding, and those guys doing everything, and then we needed help really, really bad, and we hired 3 or 4 developers who just couldn't keep up with the pace or anything, just completely fell apart. And one day we met Ryan Montgomery, you guys are going to meet in a minute, and Ryan came in, and he had just come off of a job, and we hired him.
Big Silicon Valley company.
Yeah, like a legit job, and we were like some dudes in a little tiny office. And so we got hired, and then we're like, we should all meet. And so then Todd flew to Boise, and then he flew there like 2 days later.
Yeah.
And we're in this little tiny office, and I was like, he must think that we're like this, I don't know, like a fly-by-night thing that we're building, because we didn't have big resources or anything at the time. And he jumped right in and started working, and just became such a huge asset that not only is he our lead developer on our team, he's also become a partner inside of ClickFunnels because he's so valuable to us and everything he does. He's amazing. And so, with that said, let's all stand up, put our hands together for Ryan Montgomery. Woo! What's up, man? Look at you guys. Thanks. You look great on there. All right, so the title of this presentation, so we do a little different than Steve Jobs. He just pulled the phone out and people were excited. We're going to teach you and educate you along the way so you understand the reason behind a lot of the features and the tools and the stuff that we're going to be giving you guys. So the title of this presentation is Multi-Dimensional Follow-Up Funnels. And the goal of this is to teach you guys how to win the battle of attention so that you can change the lives of your customers with the products and the services you sell. Now, we had created, if you guys can see my slides over here, if we can put them up on the big screen. We created a really cool explainer video that explained this picture, but the video didn't get finished in time, so I can't show it to you guys. So I need to explain this, because everyone keeps asking me, like, why is there a fish there buying lemonade? It's really confusing. So,
we'll get the documentary done at least, you know.
So it's interesting, if you look at marketing 10, 15, 20 years ago, it was different, right? Think about yourselves 20 years ago, when I was younger, when I was a kid, or even 30 years ago, there wasn't a lot of distractions happening every single day, right? Like, you figure the phone call might ring once or twice a day, mailman shows up once, and that was about it, right? So we could market to people way differently. People could write huge long-form sales letters because someone sit there and they'd actually read the entire thing because they had more time. Nowadays, I read a recent study that the average attention span of a human being is only 7 seconds. Is that crazy? Brilliant. Every 7 seconds, you're getting buzzed, ding, texted, swiped, tweeted, like something's always happening, and we're like, all over the place. And the crazy thing is the average attention span of a goldfish is actually 8 seconds. So there's a whole joke in the video you guys will see next week or so when it's done, but that's kind of why the goldfish is there. So that's kind of the game plan of what we're going to be talking about today. Now, to kind of set this up, how many of you guys were here last year at last year's Funnel Hacking Live event? All right. How many of you guys are always going to come to everyone for the rest of your time of your life, and you're never going to miss one again? All right. Thank you. A couple of you guys. What else can we do to impress you? Like, anyway, all right, we'll keep going. Okay, so last year's event, we gave a presentation on stage called Follow-Up Funnels. And on that presentation, we talked about the often overlooked second funnel. It's invisible to the naked eye, yet last December, it was making us $16.49 for every $1 we made during our front-end funnels. And these were the follow-up funnels. These are the email sequences that were happening behind the scenes. We kind of watched you guys through that whole thing, and it was really, really fun. And so this presentation is basically part 2 of that. And in fact, last year, if you guys remember, we came on stage, we gave everyone Confusionsoft t-shirts. Who has their Confusionsoft t-shirts with them? Who wore it today?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you're my friend. All right. All right, so since last year's event, a couple things are kind of cool. So basically, we're at 60,000 active members, or 60, whatever, over 60,000 people. 20% of you guys have upgraded to ActionX so far, which is amazing. So congratulations on that. That's awesome. And a couple other things that, the big changes from last year to this year is that Facebook and other messenger platforms are growing really, really rapidly. In fact, a couple months ago, Brandon and Caitlin went into our Inner Circle group, and they posted this video, and I don't know if you can see the title there. It says, this is insane, stats and numbers that are going to blow you away or something. And so they showed basically the campaigns they did with their email list versus campaigns they did with their Facebook Messenger list. And we didn't have any idea what the stats were going to be. They walked through number by number, campaign by campaign. They showed everything, and all of a sudden when done, the messages coming from Messenger were getting 635% higher open rates than email. And then number two, their click-through rates were over 3,800 times better. I was like, holy crap, I wonder if that's similar for us. So we have an email list of close to 1 million people, and then we have a messenger list of like 30,000 people. And we started looking at our stats as well. And what's crazy is that we were getting not quite as many, but percentage-wise, way more. But we were getting way more, almost as many clicks from our messenger list we were for our email list from very similar campaigns, which was crazy. And so we're like, man, we need to figure out ways to merge this stuff more and more into ClickFunnels. So a couple of things, a lot of tools in the last 12 months have come out to be able to do things like this, messenger, desktop pushing, a bunch of other things that are pretty cool. The problem is that because of that, everyone's now signed for all these other services, now the costs are going up, and the other problem is it creates these really fragmented funnels where you've got one service over here sending Facebook messages, this one over here sending desktop push, this one sending text messages, and they're all over the place, and they don't communicate, and it just causes all sorts of mass confusion for your customers, and my guess is probably for you guys as well. How many of you guys are feeling that pain a little bit right now?
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys know, our mission here at ClickFunnels is to make your life simple. We want to free all entrepreneurs. And so because of that, we've been building a lot of these tools behind the scenes into ClickFunnels. We're going to show you guys some of those things today. You guys excited for this? In fact, well, I'll let these guys show this stuff here in a second. I'm going to set this up, and then they get to do all the hard work. So to kind of tie this back to, was this yesterday or today? All these days are already blended together. It was yesterday. I talked about there's 3 types of traffic, right? And so all of the new tools coming inside of ClickFunnels and ActionX tie into one of these things, okay? So first we're talking about traffic that you control, right? You buy ads and you send them somewhere, and you're using that to be able to get the leads and transform it from traffic you control. In fact, I wrote this up here yesterday. There we go, right here. Okay, there's traffic you control, right? So you buy an ad, you're controlling that traffic. Here's traffic you don't control. It comes to you from different places. And our goal of both these is to transform it into traffic you own. So there's tools that help you to convert traffic you control, traffic you don't control, and then tools that now you have the traffic. Now what do you do? How do you control that afterwards? That's kind of the 3 things we're going to be breaking things down to, okay? So step number 1 then is traffic that you own. And so these are all the cool things we've done and created here inside of ClickFunnels and ActionX to be able to help you take all the traffic you were driving to a page and convert it into traffic you own. So Todd, you want to jump into some of the first things here?
Awesome, yeah, absolutely. So one of the things I try and do whenever I'm trying to come up with what we're going to add to the software next for you guys is I talk to first Russell, but then I also reach out to guys like Brandon and Kaylin and see exactly what they were doing with Facebook Messenger to get these kinds of results. And some of the stuff I discovered in the process led us to decide what we wanted to build next into the platform and to give to you guys. So one of the first things here is Facebook opt-in. And Facebook opt-in is basically allowing you to click one button to provide your Facebook email instead of typing in a full email address and doing a regular opt-in. And yeah, it's awesome. Well, one of the really exciting things from this is one of our other buddies had done some campaigns for some large organizations, ran some metrics, basically found out that if you get someone's Facebook email versus just a regular average email in your system, it's worth 80 times more money than a regular email address.
It's crazy.
It's insane. So
we saw a tiny decrease in conversions when we had just this for some reason.
Yep.
But like you got people's legitimate actual social email address, which is worth 80 times more than just their typed in email address, which is crazy.
This works in conjuncture here with the next part, which is what we're calling the opt-in bump. So an opt-in bump allows you to put a checkbox below the sign-in element or below the opt-in element and collect both Facebook Messenger and email permissions at the exact same time. So now you're not going to just be messaging one. You're going to be able to message them on both at the same time.
That's that third one there, right?
Yes,
Facebook
and we can combine it with email as well. So if you don't want to just require people to use Facebook in order to opt in, that's fine. You can collect with email or Facebook opt-in and get the Messenger bump on top, which will give you all of the different communication channels for you. So
awesome.
Woo.
Is that awesome? So I was telling you guys yesterday during the conversation domination presentation, our goal now is every time we get someone to any kind of forum is we want at least 2 distribution channels, right? I want to trust 100% on Zuckerberg, 100% on email. I want both. And now all these tools making it so simple where someone comes in, now they're added on your email list and your messenger list at the exact same time, which is awesome. So that's step number 1 happening here with traffic control. Now the second step is how do we get traffic we don't control? So to kind of recap this is typically things like your blog, where there's a blog there, someone's coming, you're not really buying ads there, but people show up, right? They Google your name, they find you. Maybe it's PR, people are talking about you. Like, people are coming there. How do you now capture them? Because it's not typically a funnel you're driving into. They're coming to some other random page. And so we wanted to create some really cool, powerful tools for that as well. And so that's kind of the next phase here in this presentation. So how many of you guys have ever seen these things on the side of your browser that pop in, these desktop notifications?
Facebook Messenger.
Facebook pops it in. There's a whole bunch of really cool things like this. Yep. So the deliverability rates on these things are insanely good. There's so many cool benefits from that. And so I asked these guys, I'm like, can we do that? Like, I would love to be able to put a campaign where day 1 they get this email, and day 3 this slides in from their browser. Day 5 they get this messenger that pops in and things like that. And they're like, of course we can. And so they built it into ClickFunnels, which is awesome.
Of course we can. So yeah, we basically wanted to add a 3rd distribution channel here, and that is desktop notifications. And the cool thing about desktop notifications is they work on mobile as well. So if you have an Android device, you can actually get the messages on people's phones popping up. So you'll be able to mix email, Facebook, and desktop notifications all into your campaign sequences at the same time.
It's awesome. Cool. So this is kind of a picture of how it works. So like if you guys have any like ungated content, so your blogs, other funnel pages, things like that, you put a little snippet of code on there, or if it's in a ClickFunnels page, it's even easier. And what happens, someone shows up, this thing pops down, and it's like, hey, do you want to subscribe to notifications? You say yes, which adds them to like a desktop push notification system, but then it also can pop up an opt-in form, and now you can get their email and their messengers as well. So now you're getting three forms of communication, 3 distribution channels all at once with the new browser opt-in.
And you're able to have this single funnel that has this consistent message across all these different channels that they're sending out to at the same time.
It's very, very cool. All right. Yeah. Okay, so here's a couple ways now we can capture people coming in. So in traffic control, traffic you don't control, some of the ways you can capture people to convert it into traffic you own. So number 1 is Facebook opt-in bumps, and browser opt-ins. So these are all different ways to start gathering people into your distribution channels. Okay, now step number 3 is now we have this traffic. What are all the things we can do to build relationships, to communicate, to make sure they actually get our messages? Some of the biggest problems nowadays are not getting people to follow you or listen to you or get your messages. The problem is they start listening to you and all of a sudden they get distracted. 7 seconds later, like, oh, I'm watching this YouTube video, and they walk away, right? Or they miss your message because their emails get so filled it disappears or whatever. So it's like, how do we make sure that someone who's told us they're interested, how do they make sure that we get their message out in front of them? And so there's a whole bunch of really cool things. And so what we do is we call these follow-up funnels. And they're very simple, they're very easy. I want to kind of stress this because for some reason, all of you guys keep asking us to confuse our software. And we don't believe in that. So we're making it very simple. So just like we build funnels, where step 1 is this, step 2 is this, step 3 is this, step 4 is this, it's the same thing that we do inside of follow-up funnels inside of ActionX, where it's basically step 1 is this, step 2 is this, step 3 is this, and we're taking them through an actual funnel. Now,
yeah.
Yes. Because I don't want any of you guys ever having to deal with this kind of thing ever again. I'm going to use this slide in every presentation at least once because it's really funny. All right. So some of you guys may have heard this story if you watched my Instagram. We were at the Arizona airport, and I'm sitting there, and I had actually been wearing my Confusionsoft t-shirt the day before, and luckily I didn't wear it this day. And I'm sitting there at the airport, and we're talking. Me and Dave are sitting there, and all of a sudden, the owner of Infusionsoft and his wife start walking past. And I was like, oh, this is going to be awkward. And I was like, hey, man, how's it going? And then it was a little bit awkward. And then it ended. But there you go. All right. So, all right. So this is kind of how follow-up funnels work. Now, I want to teach something really, really cool we've been doing. Some of you guys have probably seen this in our testing phases right now, but it's working really, really good. So I want to explain some strategy up front, and these guys are going to dive into the features that make all of this concept possible, okay? So typically in a normal like follow-up sequence, what happens is us marketers sit behind the scenes, and we have these things, we map them out on our funnel. Okay, first thing they're going to get this message here, then they're going to get this message, and then they'll get this thing over here, and then we map out this whole sequence, right? And it's beautiful. It's all orchestrated amazingly. But then for some reason, we don't want our customers to know about it. Like if they know they're on an email list, they're going to be so mad, right? And so we're like don't let them know. And like, hey, send the first email in sequence. The next one, we're trying to like make sure that they don't know that we're marketing to them, which is really weird, right? So we've been testing with. I had this philosophy and this idea. I was like, what if we let everybody in on the fact that we're sending marketing sequences to them and make them so exciting and so fun that if they ever miss a message from us, they will stress out so bad they will contact our office, they will call us, they will freak out, and they will beg us to give them any message they may have missed or may have slipped into a spam folder. Is that a better way to communicate with your audience? Yes. So this is the concept. So what we've been doing internally and we're testing right now is a concept called product launch style follow-up funnels. Okay, so you have the follow-up funnels happening in Actionetics, but you're not just sending them random messages. It's all tied back to an actual funnel. Okay, so this is an example, and they look kind of almost like a product launch funnel. Okay, someone comes in and there's like sequences like, this is the first message you're getting, here's the second one, here's the third one, here's the fourth one, so people see what's coming and they're anticipating your messages and your sequences and your follow-up funnels. Okay, so the first step is don't hide it. Number two is I'm looking at these sequences different than I ever did in the past. In the past, I'd be like, okay, send this message and this and things like that. I started stepping back and thinking about my customers, thinking, okay, I want to pretend like, what if my mom was to come to this page and actually opt in and give me her email address? Like, would she be confused with the messaging that I'm sending her? And I look at my campaigns, I was like, she would be really confused. I'm just imagining how all my customers have come to these things. They're probably confused, like, they're getting this weird thing and I'm selling them a book and I'm over here, and like, there's no context or anything. And so we started doing is taking this process and we started looking at it as if I'm taking my customer or my mom by the hand and say, okay, I'm taking my mom by the hand. What's the very first thing I should give her? What's the first logical progression I need to give her? Is like this. Do this first, mom. Like, go watch this YouTube video. This is going to open up context for why I'm going to ask you the next thing. And next time, okay, now you got the YouTube video. Now I want to talk about this thing right here. Go read this article I wrote over here. Now day 3, now you understand these 2 things. This is why you need my book. You should go buy my book right here. Right? And I'm building a logical progression of steps to help indoctrinate people in there. Now, a couple things we're learning during this testing process is instead of having just each day of like, here, go watch a 45-minute video or a big, huge training with 4 or 5, it's like breaking things down into very simple steps, okay? Each day is like a mini task. Day number 1, do this. Day number 2, do this. Day number 3, do this. Okay, the first test we did of this was about 2 years ago with our Ignite Your Funnel sequence. Anyone get into that sequence ever? Yeah, it's a 21-day sequence. And the first time we did it was like someone would come in and have like, it would be Russell in front of a whiteboard for like 35, 40 minutes teaching stuff, and like it didn't do very much. And I had a friend who broke it down and said, you're asking them to do too many things. Have each day be one simple task they can actually accomplish. So if you go back and watch that sequence, it was day number 1, it was like, hey, congratulations, we're gonna help you launch your funnel. First step is go and create a ClickFunnels account for free. That's it, go do that, and if you did that, congratulations, you succeeded for today. So they get a little bit of a win, they did it, and they're like, awesome. And the next day I was like, hey, inside your ClickFunnels account, do you know that there's a 12-minute demo? If you watch that, I'm gonna give you a free t-shirt for free. Just go watch the demo right now. Go log in right now and do it. And they do one little task. The next day it's like, okay, cool. So you did that, here's the next, and I just give them little micro tasks, and we started doing that. I don't know if you remember off the top of your head the numbers, but our attrition rate like dropped down to, I don't even
not
remember.
only did attrition drop, we actually increased our activation rates too on trials. So a lot of people start their trial, never enter credit cards, never actually get signed up. We ended up increasing probably 500 people a month that we're activating just from that. So
from that.
Yeah.
It's insane. So all of our sequences now, we're doing that. And what we did with this 21-day Ignite Your Funnel sequence, the first version of it, is like someone would get a message 1, 2, and 3, then the next one hit the spam folder for some reason, and they missed 1 or 2. Like they literally call our office freaking out, like I missed the message, like where is it? I missed that day. And I don't know if you guys saw it, we had it really easy. She changed the name on top to day 1, day 2, day 3, you could find it. And people in the Facebook groups like, here's all the days, you guys, we found them. And isn't that a better way to have your marketing message go out to people where they're like trying to find it, they're begging you if they miss it, and they're sharing with other people because they think it's so cool? Like it's just a better way to do it, okay? So a couple other things. So last year, Actionetics, when we kind of released that to you guys, one of the big things was like primarily focused on email, right? And so the way I look at this now, the way that we're building all of our campaigns nowadays is like the primary delivery method for our follow-up funnel is email. It's like day 1, send him an email. And basically every single day we're sending him an email, taking him down this path and down this process, okay? Walking through a logical progression of steps, okay? But the problem is that not everybody gets every email. They miss some and things like that. And so the second thing now is inside of that, then we're starting to use Messenger to reactivate people. So we can say inside of follow-up funnels, hey, day number 1, they get this email. Day number 2, and like, let's say day 3, if they haven't opened email number 1 or number 2, message them through Messenger and say, hey, I noticed you didn't open email number 1 and number 2. Is there something wrong? If so, let me know. I can shoot you the links. Like, oh, I didn't get the emails. They click the thing, and also Messenger can say, here's the links to the 2 emails you missed. And now people don't miss things.
Yeah.
Is that awesome? Yeah. So you can use Messenger to re-engage people into your sequences, into your follow-up process. Next thing is desktop. You can use desktop to push out messages. Same thing, like if they didn't open this email and they didn't open the Messenger chat, then send them this thing and push it in front of their browser and make sure they see the message they need to see. And you can set up really, really cool sequences based on that. And so those are some of the strategies that we're kind of doing from a hierarchy level here inside of ClickFunnels and all the stuff we're doing. Now I'm going to have these guys walk you through the tools and how it all works to be able to do that. Does that sound good? All right. You guys ready to dive in?
Let's dive in.
All right. Step number. Here we are. Step number 4 now is actually sending the emails. So there are now a whole bunch of really cool things that weren't in there before that you can start sending your follow-up phones. You want to talk about what they kind of are, then we can dive into first?
Love them. So I'll start with the first and foremost, email. Email, email, email. So who here really thinks email is dead? Nobody, right? But right now, if you sign up for ClickFunnels, we ask you to do what? To leave and go sign up for someone else to help send those actual emails. We've never sent emails. There's a ton of liability. It's really difficult. We're not an email service provider. We're a young startup. We can't do that. 3 years later, and much prodding from Mr. Dave Woodward, we are now our own email service provider. Yeah! So, you don't need SendGrid. You don't need MailChimp. You don't need none of that.
We get a hallelujah out there?
I think I heard hallelujah.
A couple crazy stats right now. As of right now, as of this morning, 19,428 of you guys are using SendGrid inside of ClickFunnels. Is that crazy?
A lot of people.
Okay.
But when you switch to Actionetics, you're still a SendGrid user. We've partnered with SendGrid as one of their largest enterprise partners and built a better feature set that makes it easier to set up and easier to use and better deliverability, the way we would want to do deliverability, the way we would want to help support you as an affiliate or a marketer, not the way SendGrid or MailChimp. MailChimp won't even let you send emails to anything affiliate related.
Yeah.
Just create, even for their own affiliate program. That's true. That's a true thing.
They literally shut down their own affiliates for promoting their stuff through their system.
So we have the same deliverability, reliability built on top of SendGrid, but it's all through us, priced through us, and we manage and handle things like reputation and scoring. You're not going to get shut down. We love marketers. We love you. We're not going to just surprise you and shut your account. You're going to go, oh my gosh, I can't send emails anymore.
It's going to be awesome.
That fear is gone.
Yeah, we almost didn't realize we're one of the biggest ESPs out there in the world, and we're not even an email service provider at this point.
Yeah.
And so SendGrid's like, how about we partner with you guys? And then now it just makes it easier. And we're like, that is awesome. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Like Ryan said, you still get everything that you were getting in SendGrid before, but now you can get it through ClickFunnels. A couple of things, we'll go deeper in this, but basically the other thing is that we're going to give you guys the first 5,000 contacts for free inside the system, which is awesome as well.
Unlimited messaging.
And then after that, the pricing is so simple. We'll walk through more details. Just 1 cent per contact per month after that, which, as you will see in a minute, is about a fraction of every other service provider out there, which is awesome. And so if you got a penny, I want you guys to stand up and cheer if you got at least 1 penny. Yes. All right. I was going to bring bags of penny and like throw them out, but I thought that might actually hurt. So they told me not to. All right. So a couple things, like we told you guys yesterday that you should average, on average, $1 per month per contact if you do this game wrong. Okay? And so the way it works, what's nice is 99 cents of those dollars you get to keep, and then just 1 cent basically we take and let you send messages to everybody everywhere, and it's pretty awesome. So we will show you guys that here a little bit deeper as we get towards the end. Okay, so that's the first thing is Actionetics SMTP. Do you want to talk about any like the deliverability stuff from the initial tests?
So there's some really interesting stuff. So when Russell asked us if we could build an email service provider, one of the big things, of course, is deliverability. If we build our own, are we going to be able to support people who typically rely on a large company, you know, like a MorrowPost or something, do their own IPs and warming and all of that? We've solved all of that, but we still had to get great deliverability. And one of our largest customers, some of you may know who I'm talking about, Mr. Trey Llewellyn, sends a lot of email, He has a lot of good stories about some of the bad times he sent email, but he sent a lot of email. He has a lot of stories about it and has a lot of feedback. And so when we approached him and said, hey man, can we test this out through you? You send a ton of email, we'll just do a small fraction, only like 100,000 or so, just a little test. And he said, sure, of course, I want all the new things. He loves everything. So he tried the exact same email, same audience, through MorrowPost, through all of his cool warmed IPs and everything, got a 2% open rate or deliverability rate. Brought the same email over, first 20,000 emails, got an 18% open rate, and more click-throughs. With only a fraction of the number of emails, kept sending more and more, and we figured that number would probably level down, but after sending an equal amount of emails, another 100,000 or so through our system, not through dedicated IPs, just through our built-in Actionetics SMTP, is still getting at least double the open rate, double the forward 5% deliverability rate, and he said, I just got a Facebook from is like another 100+ clicks through each email. So it's actually working. It's not just like we send emails through it, Trey's sending emails through it. These are for big players too. And all the small, like we said, anyone with less than 5,000 contacts and limited messaging doesn't cost you an additional penny. So you can do real email sending for marketing.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the deliverability, the engagement?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we've been studying this and playing with this for a long time, and one of the big things that we found that actually increases your open rates is increasing your open rates. So, big surprise,
Weird.
The ISPs watch this, especially Gmail. They watch your open rates when you're sending emails to people. So if you get a high open rate, they're going to actually prioritize you in inboxes. They're going to put you in the primary tab. They're going to put you in the updates tab. So we've built in smart functionality into the app, which will actually look at engagement of users and allow you to send only to people who are actually engaged, which will actually boost your open rates and get more people opening than even before. And because we have all the data on your people, we can actually look not just at open rates, but on any other type of rates. We can look at actually like visiting sites and count you as engaged. We can look at when you click things, when you look at when you buy things. And by doing that, we're actually giving you like basically filtering out any potential spam traps, any problems, any spam complainers on your list, and giving you real people and the highest open rates possible.
Yes.
Exactly.
You want to hear the coolest story ever? So Todd and I last November, December paid 25 grand to go to like the top email marketing deliverability conference in the entire world. And we go to this thing and they're showing us all the best practices and how they customize these systems to do it. And the system was like, on average, like the low end 10 grand a month, high end was like 30 or 40 grand a month to be able to send this way. Right. And so they talk about the feature set, why it worked, how it worked, and the whole psychology between everything. And while we're sitting there listening, I'm taking notes. I mean, this is amazing. Todd was sitting there coding the stuff they were mentioning in ClickFunnels. He's like, done, we got it.
But we can automate
done, we
this.
got it. Done, we got it. And at the time we got done, they're all like, they then pitched us on this like $30,000 a month system, and Todd was literally like, no, I just literally built all those features into ClickFunnels, so we're just gonna give it to all of our members for free. And it was like, this is the craziest thing in the world, so.
Good story.
They all have like venture capital. We've got Ryan and Todd. So, it's pretty awesome. So it's really exciting. We've moved all our stuff over too as well, and deliverabilities are awesome. And we're working super close with SendGrid and their deliverability team to make sure that everything is just amazing for everybody. It's awesome. So it's going to simplify so many lives moving forward. And people create ClickFunnels accounts. They're not going to have to go through that huge, horrible nightmare of the setup process. They'll just get email, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I was going to add, if you buy your domains through us, which we added last year to simplify that process and setting up SSL and making it as simple as possible. If you bought a domain through us and you add email, it's a simple one-click process. We set up all the records on your DNS. We manage everything. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's just click, 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 done.
Yeah.
So
awesome. All right. All right, so that's new stuff number 5. We got a whole bunch of new stuff, so I'll go through the next one, some of these fast. New stuff number 6, the email editor has got a whole bunch of new improvements that have been going into it. Some of them have been popping up over the last little bit, but there's a big focus now over the next couple months to make the new email editor even better and better and better as we keep doing it, which is exciting, so that'll keep improving. Number 7, this is one I begged for forever, and Todd finally gave it to me. Do you want to talk about this one?
So yeah, this is push windows, and this is basically allowing you to pick what day and what time range emails are delivered in the context time zone. So you can actually go out there and say, people in Australia are going to get it at this time, and in the US are going to get it at this time. And it's just as easy as saying, I want it Monday at 5 o'clock, and it'll be everyone's Monday at 5 o'clock that it gets delivered.
Isn't that awesome?
Part of the infrastructure for building that out, too, was to actually build something that we call infinite funnels. So now you're easily able to add on to your action funnels infinitely and have people that were at the end of the sequence be paused until you add another step, and then you'll get the next sequence, and it'll go on.
Can I explain that? That was my number 1 pet peeve of Action Analytics in the past. This is a big deal. So if you guys set up an action funnel in the past and you had like 30 steps and people joined and they went through, and then you decide to add another step in the middle of it, all the people that are already in the action funnel wouldn't get the next step, only the new people coming in. And so now it's set up where as soon as they get to the end of the thing, it pauses them, and if you create new things, then it turns them back on, and they'll get the next one and the next one. So you can literally build 3 or 4 steps, start building your campaign, then build another step, and build another step, and you keep building onto it. And someday, if you have like 1 or 2 steps a day, over next year you can have a follow-up funnel that could be 200 or 300 or 400 steps, and people just keep getting them in sequence and in order, and it's so much easier on my side, because before you had to like pre-design it all perfectly, not screwed up. Where now it's like just put 1 or 2 messages in, start building it, then add the next one, and the next one, you keep building it out. And the send windows things is cool too, because you can have a whole campaign. I'm going to show you one of the other features here with FOMO funnels coming up here in a few minutes. But you can set up campaigns as well where it's like, hey, Friday night at 5 o'clock, this funnel expires. A couple of people know what we're talking about. But you can say Friday night, like in your action funnel, like Friday night at midnight, this thing expires. and it'll literally pause all the rest of the follow-up funnel, get them the email Friday at 5 o'clock at night, and then moves them to the next part of the sequence. So you can do, it just makes the sequencing so much more powerful. You don't have to guess anything. You're laser targeting and like sniper rifle and getting all your messages in the right day, right time, every time you need it, and it's amazing. So push windows are going to be amazing. Let's get it up. Number 8.
Email stats. This is huge. So we've been doing this for a while now. It's been in beta. We've been using it. A lot of you have actually been using it. But we actually, I don't know how many people actually know this. We track the revenue for every single email you send back to your funnels. You can see the ROI on every email you send. How many people knew that?
Nobody.
Not many.
We're
so
terrible
we do
at
that, and we just made it way better in the current UI. So you're going to be able to actually see that at a glance. You'll be able to see your list of broadcast campaigns, click through, see exactly how much money you made from every email you send. Click in on the details, see which funnel you made how much money from, and see which link made you the most money.
So if you look at the screenshot here, this is what the new UI is looking like, which has been it's just awesome. But if you scroll them on, there's all the emails, and the right-hand side shows you how much money you made in each email. This email made you 10,000. This made you 2,000. Then if you click on the link of the actual how much money you made, then it, like Todd said, it drills down and shows you, okay, here's the stuff that people bought. They bought. What's crazy about this, the first time we actually noticed this, you guys probably noticed my footer, I have links to all of our other products. He's like, do you know that email you sent out? You did sell like, 10 grand of that one product, but you also sold $1,500 of book number 2. You sold 2,000, like all these other things I'm like, from my footer emails. Like the links in my footers, all these other emails. And so you can see every single email. Here's all the stuff people bought. And I don't know how well you guys can see it, but you can see all the different things that it shows you. Here's how much money the email made, but here's all the places it went to inside of your funnels, and so you can see everything.
And one of the biggest changes here is we added it to follow-up funnels as well. So you can see on your recurring emails which recurring emails actually generate your revenue and which ones don't. So you know which ones to change out and edit and send people to and not to send people to. So
that's so awesome. All right, so that's a bunch of stuff on the email side. And there's more than that, but those are the core, like really, really exciting, sexy things. So now we're going to do step number 5. We're going to start moving into our Facebook social messenger. This is one of the biggest ones that when we talked about this a couple months ago, I was like, can we do this? Because we started using a whole bunch of Facebook Messenger bots and things like that, and they were good and they were cool, but there was like another expense, and it's like separate, and it drove me crazy. I'm like, can we build our own
sequence? And yeah, there was just always something.
Like, there's 2 options. You can raise a bunch of venture capital or just ask these guys and they'll just do it. So like, all right, so they just did it. So you come back here again. This is what the screen looks like. You're adding steps into your funnel. So instead of doing email, you click on the button that says social messenger. You click on that button, and now you start adding social messenger stuff. Who wants to talk about this one?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take it away.
Go for it.
So Facebook. Who has used ManyChat or uses it currently, right? We've been talking about it, the past couple of days. It's great for deliverability, but like Russell said, he has to pull all these different pieces together into one place. It's hard and confusing. Of course, he comes to us and asks us to, can you guys build that? Please do it now. That'd be great. This is too confusing, and they don't tie together, and we can't do things like the way that we're able to do email stats because we both have the knowledge of your funnels and the sales and the sending of the emails, and we can automatically put the link tracking in so we know which ones are making you money. We can do the same thing with Facebook, can't we, if we could do that? Can't we tell you which Facebook messages are actually driving revenue? Who would love to know that? I would. So what we've built is our own simplified version, Russellified version of ManyChat that allows us exactly what you need and nothing you don't to build engaging Facebook conversation sequences complete with responses and buttons that work the way we do everything else that ties everything together.
So cool. And it's cool because you tie them into sequences. Again, like if they didn't open the last email I sent, then let's send it to them through Messenger because obviously it hit the spam folder or something. Yep. Or, hey, my product launches ending tonight at midnight. Anyone who hasn't bought yet, who didn't open the email, send them this message. Like there's so much cool, so much cool stuff. You guys are going to love it. Basically, as much as you can dream, you can create things like this. You guys, I'm sure, will think of a million different ways to actually do it. So that's how Messenger works. What's this one here? The social rules. Do you want to talk about that?
All the different social rules. So these actually apply to every type of step now inside of Actionetics. So you can actually set different filters for different conditions. Like you were saying just a second ago, if they did this but haven't done this, send this step. You can set up all those things. You can set up push windows on any type of these integrations and different types of delays as well. So applies across the board.
Very cool. This is what the editor looks like. We can actually edit the messages inside of it.
And you actually get a live preview of what your message sequence will look like. And you'll see that it's very simple. You can create messages. You can add buttons. You can say, hey, ask them this question. And then if they click this button, reply with this message. Maybe that message, I don't know, has a link to a one-time upsell. That's what I would do. Take them back to your funnel, right? reopen their session, get them to come back and buy something. Send them a follow-up. Hey, I noticed in my rules, in my social rules, that you didn't read the last email. So send them a Facebook message that says, hey, did you miss that? I wanted to make sure you saw that. This is what you can start to do now and piece together. All built in one tool.
So awesome. All right, number 13, this comes from, do you guys remember on Conversation Nomination yesterday, I showed you guys the radio ad from Brandon Bouchard? This is like 2 weeks ago. I was like, Todd, is there any way that we can make Messenger where we can not only get them on Messenger list, but get them to opt in through Messenger? And he said yes, and it's amazing. So this is number 13. I kind of walk you guys through this process. So imagine you have an ad that says, hey, if you want a free copy of my book, message me right now and tell me I want a free book. So they message you, free book, and then it pops up right here, and it's like, hey, I'd love to give you a free book. You request, what email address should I send it to? And it actually pre-populates the email address of your Facebook account right in there, and they just click on their actual email, and then boom, they click on it, and says, cool. Now it adds them to your email autoresponder, and then it sends, I posted a link directly to the funnel as well, and I got them on both my lists that fast. Is that the coolest thing ever? So,
yeah, Russell literally asked for this 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure myself and another engineer, Carl, haven't slept really in 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, I can't believe how fast they move. It was amazing. And like, I guarantee you all my ads moving forward will be running off of this kind of concept. Instead of just like, go to my funnel, go to my website. So like, message me right now, I'll send you a link to it. And I got them on both lists, and it's twice as powerful, twice as much distribution, and it's amazing. So that's some of the cool Facebook stuff that's coming out. Step number 6, now we're going to transition. Anything else on Facebook stuff before we transition off?
A million things, yeah. There's a lot more.
And a whole bunch more. Is it okay if we over-deliver? You guys okay with that? All right, cool. Okay, so number 6 now is desktop messenger. These are built inside of your browser, like Chrome, and it's working on all of them.
Android, yeah.
Chrome and Android, things like that on your phones. And so if you want a message to fly into someone's, into their browser, or into their phone, you just pick in the next message sequence, like instead of email or messenger, you can pick the desktop messenger, and then you can create messages to push through there. All right, you guys want to go for this one?
Absolutely. So what you're going to be able to do now, if you've ever used PushCrew or any other service that allows you to create desktop push notifications, you'll be able to create a message, select your image, put even a link, again, back to a one-click upsell page, or anywhere else. Send them those messages in sequence, just like you would any other Facebook message or email, right along in your same follow-up funnel, and it'll get delivered. As long as they've clicked allow and they've subscribed, you can now message them as many times. So that's one of the crazy things is, there's rules with Facebook, there's rules with email, but one of the reasons this is a great delivery mechanism is that it's kind of the Wild West right now. You can just push these whenever you feel like, get them to come back to your other content, remind them about your content, and it pushes everywhere instantly. And it's all built in.
That's awesome. Yep. Desktop messenger.
You also get a preview. You can see what it'll look like in their browser.
A preview.
Desktop push windows. And again, you'll see a trend here. Push windows, the social rules, the rules that you're building apply across the board here. So you can apply the same push window to a desktop message, to a Facebook message, to an email. It's the same mechanism, the same tool that you're comfortable and familiar with. You can apply everywhere.
Awesome. Okay, so desktop push is going to be a huge thing over the next 12 months, you guys. I promise you that. All right, step number 7 are funnel messengers. It's something kind of cool that, again, nobody else can do, but we thought it'd be kind of fun. Imagine you're doing a big product launch. You got a bunch of people on your sites, a bunch of people all over the place, and all of a sudden you're like, cart's closing, right? Like, we need to give somebody a message right now. Like you can send them an email or Facebook, but like if they're on your page, like thinking or watching a video or thinking about doing it, that'd be cool to message them right there and be like, hey, by the way, you should buy this right now. It closes in like a minute and a half. Like, and get them freaked out. So you can actually use funnel messenger where you can send messages directly into funnels and into pages.
Yeah.
You can do it. Is it page account-wide or page-wide?
If they're anywhere across any of your funnels, you can do this, and you can broadcast it as well. So you can say across anyone on any of my pages right now, show them this.
It's so awesome. So you can do it in a sequence, like they've visited this page 3 times, pop up a special offer, or like, hey, tonight at midnight, hit everybody with a special offer. It pops up to everybody's on any of your pages. Like there's so many cool ways you can use the funnel messengers as well. Push out messages to people who are actually on your sites looking to buy. Anything else to add on that one? It's pretty simple.
If you've seen on our homepage the digital table rush, everybody's asked us, when do I get that? When do I get that? Here you go.
There you go.
It's all yours.
Awesome.
And we're going to be coming up with templates and other features as we go here, but right now you can go in and put a message, have it pop up on their page, and again, you can use push windows, you can use all the same rules that you've built, so you could say, hey, if somebody didn't open this email and they view this page, wait a couple minutes and pop this up.
Yep, absolutely.
Very cool. All right, number 8 is the retargeting messenger. The same thing is in your sequence. Like day 1, send this email. Day 2, send this email. Day 3, send this email. Day 4, if they haven't opened these emails, send this Facebook messenger, things like that. You can also start setting up in your follow-up funnels retargeting campaigns, moving people from list to list inside of your your ad campaigns. So you just pick that as the thing. Come over here. I can't see very well. You push that, and then it switches the ads.
Pretty
so you can move people
straightforward.
from thing to thing.
You select which audience you want to add them to, it'll add them. You select which audience you want to remove them to, you can remove them. That way you can have basically your ads showing up inside of Facebook right alongside the messages they're getting, the exact campaign they're getting. Maybe they came in for Expert Secrets. You want to keep the Expert Secrets campaigns going for this person, and when it's done, you want to shift them over to ClickFunnels campaigns. You can do it.
Very cool. Woo! So cool. All right. Step number 9. Now, if you look at this screen I kept showing you guys, the ones across the top, these are all the ones that are built into ActionX MD as actual features. Now, down below are all the other cool integrations you can plug into these follow-up funnels as well. These aren't services that we are providing. These are other ones you can plug into. Very, very simple. Until Todd and Ryan decided to clone them and build them out in our own system, which will probably happen when I bake
There are
them.
40 of them as well. So.
There are 40 right now, so, but there's tons of them. So you look at other ones, these are other integrations, other things you can build in. For example, you can put in text messages, voice broadcast, shy broadcast, direct mail, a whole bunch of other things you can build in your follow-up funnels as well at the same time, which make it really, really awesome. Okay. Step number 10 now, there's a whole bunch of other cool stuff that's been being built inside of ClickFunnels that a lot of you guys probably don't even know about yet. So I want to show you guys some of these things in case you aren't aware of them or in case you don't know them. New stuff number 18 is the quantity limiter. Do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, absolutely. So you may have seen this one actually for this event because we actually utilized it for it. This was our beta test on this element. So product quantity limiter allows you to set a real countdown timer with the exact quantity that you have set on the back end of ClickFunnels to tell when it expires. Something Brandon and Kaylin were using for their t-shirt launches and product launches. They were like, no, I can't close it fast enough. People buy too fast. So our system closes the cart down automatically, shows in a real-time live countdown timer as you're selling. So as you're selling, people see, oh no, 5, 4, 3, 2, no, buy faster.
Which is nice for all the people that actually sell real products, not digital products, because they can just disappear. Or you can do that and actually have real scarcity built in digital products as well, which is awesome. Yep. So that's in there as well. New stuff number 19, top of the hour webinars. Some of you guys may not know how big a deal this is. Who here is doing automated webinars? Okay, so we found some really interesting tests. I had this philosophy. So the whole concept of automated webinars is like make it as real as possible. So back in the day, we did it where it's like register tomorrow, Friday, or Sunday, and they always push it out. And I remember Rich Sheffrin did this test where he said, watch yesterday's replay now and put that in there. And like, I remember this test we did, and I was so against them. It breaks all the rules of like why people register for a webinar. Don't do it. And Todd's like, we got to test it. So we plugged it in there, and sure enough, that feature, like watch yesterday's replay now, like most of our sales came from people that take that option. I hated that. And then we did like let's do top of the hour webinars, which was awesome. So every time someone come in top of the hour, and conversions went up as well. And then if you look here, if you look closer, not only can you do top of the hour webinars, you can do like every 10-minute webinars, every 5 minutes. So we tested about 1 billion variations. And every 10-minute webinar right now is the one that's crushing it. It's almost doing double as much money as the top of the hour webinars for us. And so when you're setting up automated webinars outside ClickFunnels, you can set up any kind of variation you want. You can do ones out in the future. You can do watch yesterday's replay now. You can do top of the hour. You can do every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes. But it gives you the ability to do a whole bunch of different ways to do your webinars. And like I said, for us, by just adding this one little piece, has more than doubled our conversion rate on our landing page and on our actual show-ups and sales throughout the whole thing. It was huge for us. And now we just gave it to you guys as well. Is that cool? Yeah. All right. Number 23, this is FOMO funnels. Who here knows what FOMO stands for? Fear of missing out. This morning we were trying to figure out what to call this, and we call it expiring funnels, exploding funnels. And then Julie Stoyan, we always tease her because she's always mad that she doesn't live in Boise and she's missing out on all the parties that are happening in the office. And she always like, I have such FOMO. And so then Jamie Smith was like, we should call it FOMO funnels. And it was awesome. So that's what we're calling it as of right now. It's basically, you guys ever use like the service like deadline funnels or things like that? Where you can make a funnel expire, where someone registers and they get these messages, the funnel expires, right? Or a documentary funnel like Nick was showing you guys today, where someone comes in, they watch the webinar and disappears after 24 hours. In the past, in ClickFunnels, you had to glue together a whole bunch of systems that worked about half the time they didn't work. It was really difficult and frustrating. And so we decided to build out FOMO funnels. You can build out funnels that actually expire. Somebody registers, and this page now here is here for 24 hours and disappears and it's gone forever. Next page is there and disappears. Automated webinars that are there, and the countdown actually closes down, and the funnel disappears. Product launch sequences. So now you can do all these types of evergreen launches and funnels, and webinars, product launches that used to be really difficult to do on ClickFunnels. Now with the FOMO funnels features built in, it's very simple and very easy to do that as well. And I promise you guys, you are going to love FOMO funnels. Is that exciting? Yeah. Cool. All right, new stuff number 21.
All right, so
this is all Todd.
Apple and Android Pay. Oh, yeah. So this is an exciting one for me as well, because mobile, we all know, is huge today. And providing an option that is a one-click purchase is just hands down the best option, right? Like, we don't have to pull out our credit card, we don't have to do anything. We just click a button and we buy. And this is now built in if you're using Stripe, and you can literally turn it on with the click of a button across any of your pages. It allows you to accept Apple Pay on any Apple-type devices, or in a Safari web browser, or Android, Google Pay, I think they're calling it now, G-Pay. They keep changing the name of it. But it allows you to accept it on Chrome, Android, across any of those devices with one click. So, super easy. Awesome. This actually works with one-click upsells and everything else across our platform as well. They never have to do it again. Like, if you go to an upsell page and click Buy Now, you're bought now.
You've already bought. It's crazy. This year was the first year that, so it used to be like most of traffic came from desktop, and then mobile got bigger, bigger, bigger. And this year was the first year that actually passed it. I think it was, platform-wise, at 53 or 57%. Yeah, 53% of all the traffic across ClickFunnels platform is now coming mobilely. So now mobile's more important now than desktop for the first time ever, which is crazy. And what's cool about this is I always said the worst thing about mobile is like I always find something I want to buy on my phone. I'm like, oh, cool. And I put them on my phone and go to my desktop because I didn't want to find my credit card and type it in. Like, you know how that is?
This one came out of a personal struggle for me, too. I kept finding myself buying things on other platforms with Apple Pay. It's like, we need Apple Pay. Like, I use this all the time. It has to be in here. So
imagine your customer comes, they see the big form, and say, oh, click Apple Pay. Click Apple Pay. They put their fingerprint on or their face scan with the new iPhone. Dings their card.
Done.
Upsell. They click it again.
Collects
ding,
their contact
ding,
information,
ding.
Too.
What's that?
It collects their contact information.
Collects their contact, their shipping, everything.
Well. So it'll fill in their address and email for them.
Yeah, they don't have to fill out anything.
One click.
Simple. This is the future. The future's awesome. A couple other cool integrations. New stuff number 22. Shopify integration has now come out officially, and we're making it better and better all the time.
E-commerce.
Those of you guys who are using Shopify to do fulfillment and things like that, now you can very simply plug in front-end funnels to all of your Shopify stores to actually make money profitably up front, which is awesome. So there you go. That's awesome as well. New stuff 23. This is coming out, I think, next week or so, right?
Yep. Yep.
Good idea.
I think that means yes.
Yeah. Since the beginning, we've allowed you to fulfill if you purchase through PayPal. Now we're actually building it in natively, so you can accept credit card payments, PayPal, Apple Pay, Android Pay, all of it in one funnel with multiple checkout options.
I'll just mention, so our amazing engineering and product design team that helps us do all this awesome stuff are also watching right now. So the more excited you get, they'll know it and they'll know what to work on.
It's like, no one cheering that one, let's just delete the feature.
Yeah, nobody says anything. We're like, that never happened.
Awesome. New step 24, we are focusing on a huge update of the user interface to make things simpler, easier, more powerful. And so one of the new features coming out in the near future is this new control room, which is really, really cool. Basically, you click on the control room inside of a funnel. It shows you all your information, shows you what's working, what's not working. We got to set up if things are broken. If like, why? Like, it pretty much... What does it not do? It kind of does everything.
One of the other things that's not in this slide is actually the checklist aspect of it. So it actually walks you through setting up your funnel and tells you if anything's missing, if anything's not set up properly. It actually gives you a rundown. So at the end, you're like, I'm actually ready to go, and I know I can go live with this. Once you go live, you have a control room with all your analytics for the entire funnel, all the links, easy access to everything you need.
It's awesome. It's huge. Cool. And then new stuff 25. How many of you guys downloaded the new ClickFunnels app yesterday?
Okay.
You want to talk about this? This is your baby. Talk about this.
Well, so Russell again asked us if we could build a mobile app as well.
I'm on your guys' side, please.
In addition to everything, I was like, can we do that by the event? Sure. Let's do that. So now we have this on Android and Apple. In iOS. So the goal with this, just to explain, because right now, if you download it, it's pretty simple. There's a couple stats. It shows your funnels. There's some links to content. Obviously, we're not stopping there. Our goal is to basically bring everything that you can do in ClickFunnels into the mobile aspect. So not everything about the editor is going to be in there, but someday you'll be able to build funnels from your phone, from your tablet, ship them. When you've got that idea, when you have that brainstorm, we want you doing this and launching it and getting all the dings. Who wants their phone to blow up? Every sale, just,
yeah.
You know, I want that. That's coming. So some of that's in there now. Some of it we're starting with stats. We think that that's a really valuable way for you. You know, everybody wants to see how things are going, and they're not always at their computer. So this is just a beginning, but a lot more to come.
Awesome. You guys excited for the app?
Yeah.
I'm excited. All right, so my question for you guys is, who here wants all this awesome stuff inside your account right now? A couple of you guys don't want it. The rest of you, all right. So we're going to hand out these little booklets right now to everybody. It kind of walks you guys through the ActionX Up-D. So now it's time to upgrade to become a multi-dimensional marketer. So you're not just doing email. Now you can do email, messenger, desktop. You can hit people from all different directions, different platforms, which will be really, really exciting. So I'm going to kind of walk through everything that's inside ActionX MD. This booklet will kind of walk you through some of the features as well, just so you guys really, really understand it. So these are the 25 new things that are showing up inside ActionX MD. I get closer, I can see it. So we got Facebook opt-in, the opt-in bump, Facebook opt-in plus opt-in bump. We got the browser opt-in. We got ClickFunnels SMTP. We got the email editor. We got the push windows. We got email stats. We got the digging deep into email stats. We've got Facebook Social Messenger, FB Social Rules, the Messenger editor, ClickBots opt-in, desktop messenger. This is all stuff we went through. Whew.
It's a long stack.
The desktop push windows, funnel messengers, retargeting messengers, quantity limiters, top of the hour webinars, FOMO funnels, Apple Android Pay, Shopify integrations, PayPal integrations, a new control room, ClickFunnels app, and a whole bunch more. So one question I know that people are going to be asking is like, well, Russell, can't we just do this with a bunch of other services? Okay, and the answer is kind of. There are other email autoresponder services. There are other Facebook Messenger services. There are other services that do desktop push notifications, right? And there are other ways you can add people to custom audiences. But the difference is that these are all separate services with separate monthly fees. And the worst part is that they don't actually talk to each other ever. Does that make sense? Okay, they don't know what's happening. Your Facebook Messenger bot has no idea if somebody opened your email. Your desktop push notification has no idea what page they hit in your funnel and anything else like that. Okay, ActionX MD is the only tool on planet Earth that can see your funnel, it can see your order forms, it can see your upsell pages, it can see the messages from your emails, it can see the messages you send through Facebook, it can see the messages from your desktop. And it can change what happens in your sequence based on what people are doing or not doing with each and every one of these messages, and based on what pages they hit inside your funnels, which pages they don't. Okay, this is literally, ActionX is like the all-seeing eye. They can see everything, which is pretty awesome, right? Okay, so if you guys want us to add all this stuff to your thing, all you gotta do is get your phone out, and there's a link. If you go, open up your phone, open up Safari or whatever your browser is, and go to upgradenow.com. So everyone grab your phone out.
Bought upgradenow.com.
Yeah, I bought upgradenow.com. That'd be funny. You go to upgradenow.com, and I'll walk you through how it works. Basically, all you got to do is upgrade to ActionX MD. So as you guys know, ClickFunnels right now is $97 a month. ActionX is $297 a month. ActionX MD is $297 a month for the first 5,000 contacts. And after that, it's 1 cent per contact. So this is how it works. Oh, actually, real quick, some of you guys are probably asking, like, what if I'm already using SendGrid? 19,000 of us are already using it. How many of you guys are already using SendGrid, by the way? Okay, this is cool. So this is how it works. If you're already using SendGrid, right now you're paying them about a penny per contact. So all you do, and we talk to SendGrid, they're cool about this, instead of giving SendGrid a penny per contact, you give ActionX MD a penny per contact. When you do that, you get all this stuff for free. Okay, so literally all you do is you move your penny to ActionX, and then when you do that, you get all this other stuff: email messenger, desktop messenger, Facebook Messenger, mobile messenger, funnel messenger, social messenger, retargeting messenger, all that stuff. All you gotta do is shift from SendGrid to this. That easy enough? Woo. Awesome. Okay, so again, all you got to do is open up your phone, go to upgradenow.com, and after you do that, in the back, they've got some cool gifts for you guys. I'll walk you through here in a second. That's how it's going to work. So I want to show you guys how much money you're going to save when you actually make this transition. So this is what's cool. I was doing the math on this. I was like, is 1 cent per contact per month, is that like high or low? What's that, like based on other services, how does that work? So if you look at this, the other kind of autoresponder companies, like ActCampaign's about 2 cents a contact, or excuse me, Drip's 2 cents a contact, ActCampaign's 3, Kartra's about 4 cents a contact, Aweber's 4, and Infusionsoft's 7 cents a contact, where ClickFunnels is 1. Then ManyChat, if you want to add in like the ManyChat features, another 2 cents per contact, Chatfuel's 3 cents per contact. Then if you want to add desktop messenger, you're looking at another 2 cents per contact there. So if you, let's say you wanted to like use, okay, I'm using ClickFunnels, I'm going to use Drip plus ManyChat plus Push, you're looking at 5 cents per contact. Okay, if you're using like Infusionsoft plus Chatfuel push you're up to 11 cents per contact per month. Whereas ClickFunnels, like I said, when you're doing this after your first 5,000 people, it's just 1 cent per contact. So it's like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a cost, and now you have everything in one spot where you can see everything and how everything interacts with each other. Is that pretty awesome? Okay. The other cool thing is that we were doing the math on this. We started looking at it. We said, how many of our ClickFunnels members is going to cost them more? And what's crazy is that because we give you the first 5,000 contacts for free, almost 95% of you, it will not cost you anything else ever. It's just basically free, as long as you're using ActionX. Okay? For the 5.3% that above it, you're going to cost a little bit more because you're paying the 1 cent per thing. But again, if you're already paying 1 cent anyway, you're just shifting that penny, and it's not going to cost you anything extra. So it's basically a free upgrade as well. Does that sound more than cool? Okay, so again, all it's going to cost you is 1 penny per contact after that. How many of you guys got at least a penny extra? You got a penny? All right. So again, all you got to do is take out your phone, go to upgradenow.com, and then I'm not going to redo the stack because this is all the stuff you're going to get for basically a penny. These are all the 25 new features.
Your finger's gonna get tired.
I just told me to not just slide and not do this. Anyway, here we go. All right. And then I went through all the rest of the slides too fast. Okay, so last year we gave you guys all I Build Funnel shirts. This year we thought it'd be kind of fun to make I Build Follow-Up Funnel shirts. So what's gonna happen when you go to upgradenow.com, you can click a button, and if you're using Actionetics, basically say upgrade now, you click upgrade now, and then it's gonna show you a picture that looks like this right here. It says, congratulations, you're in. After that shows up on your phone, just walk to the back over there, show them the picture, and they will give you one of these t-shirts that say I Build Follow-Up Funnels. And now you will have the I Build Follow-Up Funnels one as well, which is a really cool shirt. On the back it says hashtag multidimensional marketer and shows you all the cool new things you're getting for free. Does that sound cool? All right, so all you guys got to do right now to get all those features in your account, again, pull out your phones, go to upgradenow.com, click on the button, and then walk over there, show them your phone, you'll get one of the t-shirts. And after you do that, then head down to the vendor, or to the round tables, and that's the game plan for tonight.